good morning to you. What's wrong with the economic fundamentals then?
Well, there's nothing necessarily wrong with the economic fundamentals in China, but the situation is it sustainable? Is it realistic to think that the economy can continue on this path of growth on a self-sustaining basis? And if not, is it realistic to think that stimulus and monetary policy can remain as easy as it has for the foreseeable future? At some point, something has to give. Unintended consequences, especially in the form of inflation, will begin to cause things to have to change. And so it's the fundamental problem that faces all economies in the world, and not just during this crisis and the exit from this crisis, but always. It's the balance between growth and inflation. That's what the problem in China is, because markets have gone ahead and priced in, a pretty sustainable recovery that's probably not in the cards.
This view then presumably, Kirby, stretches across the whole of global stock markets. You're expecting a correction there as well?
Very much so. Again, in 2009, markets around the world got extremely excited about massive, gargantuan stimulus policies and monetary policies combined. We'd never seen the likes of any one of those, and then put them all together, and you have the perfect storm for fast economic growth, and the markets reacted to that. The question is sustainability. Markets around the world have to come back to reality when we have to start pulling back on the reins because of inflation. We don't see it yet, so investors aren't paying attention. But when it hits, it will hit in a big way, and investors have to be ready for that.
But they are starting to, Kirby, because every time we have the Chinese government tinkering with monetary policy, the markets react. So what happens next?
That's exactly right. I was referring more to the Fed. Yeah. What happens next is, I think, again, the Chinese government, they went all out to get the growth that they got last year, knowing full well that there would be inflationary implications to that. They're not about to quash the type of growth that they are trying to project here. What is going to happen is they've over-tinkered at the beginning, and they're probably now going to start looking at the yuan and try to effect some changes in the yuan policy, but very, very minor. And again, these will be implemented in a steady way, and they will not be subject to the rantings of politicians around the world, especially in an election year in the U.S. China has always avoided overreacting to pressure from foreign governments. So I don't expect any substantial actions from the Chinese government from this point forward in the near term.
Right.
But again, see what the tinkering they've already done, see the effect that it's going to have, and it should be positive in the